You wouldn't go to a random person in the street for medical advice. So why do we always take financial advice from people who haven't made it themselves, right? After all, why would they be able to give advice on how to get rich if they don't even know how to make money themselves? Of course, they do mean well, and not all their advice is necessarily bad advice because even poor people can give some gems every now and then with their advice. But it's important to be able to tell the difference between the good and the bad, so they don't hold you back from amassing your fortune. That's why today we're going to go over 8 pieces of poor advice that poor people give you, so that by the end of this video, you'll be able to filter out the bad advice from the good. Number 1. Going slow and steady wins the race. Now don't get us wrong, this isn't bad advice if you're looking for general advice on life. Rushing through life can become stressful, and it can lead to you missing the little moments in life that make it worth it. However, when it comes to chasing your dreams and making money, this is definitely a piece of bad advice. Why on earth would someone want to go slow and steady when it comes to their dreams? That doesn't make sense. It's the best thing to see your dreams enacted, which happens when you actually put effort and time into achieving them. Staying up all night to write that book, to finish that paper, to work out late, or doing everything you want to do on a chaotic and speedy schedule would let your dreams and your money making goals happen faster. Why wouldn't you want that? Number 2. Listen to your elders. Grandpa may have some great stories to tell, and if you have good elders, there's a solid chance that many of those elders have earned respect. However, it's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks, isn't it? Many older people don't know what's hip or new or better for younger people to invest in or try out. Sometimes, older people are so stuck in their ways that they won't even try to do anything new. They would want you to stick to their ways, the ways of tradition, and to do what they want. In some cases, their warnings may be a good idea. After all, investing in an underwater basket weaving company may not be the best idea. But other times, they may not know any better. They may not understand Bitcoin or ebooks or online shopping. They may even judge your dreams as stupid, because in their time, it was impossible to get a job with an art degree. So, take what your elders say with a grain of salt and stick to your own truth. You know the world we live in better than they do. Number 3. Silence is the best answer to all questions. We can't even think of a time when this would have been good advice. Unless you've been guilty of committing a crime, or afraid that you're going to say something stupid in front of important people. Always, always, always speak up for yourself. Of course, there are ways to do this with class and not sass. You do not have to take people's abuse, and if they ask you a genuine question, it's okay to answer them. Helping people isn't illegal, and it also isn't illegal to stand up for yourself. Sometimes it is good to listen, but silence isn't always the best answer. Sometimes, it's the worst answer. In fact, being seen as friendlier and assertive, not rude, assertive, may end up opening more doors for earning more money. After all, people would much rather work with kinder folks than mean people. Number 4. Nothing is impossible. While this is a nice sentiment, it's also a giant load of poop. Here's a great example. Say someone is an excellent writer and wants to become as well known as James Patterson. Sure, that's possible. This piece of advice would work when the writer is down in the dumps after getting a rejection letter. Writers basically sleep under a blanket of those puppies. It's a tough business. However, this would be terrible advice if the writer, who isn't much for working out, wants to run a 5K race without training. Not only is that stupid, it's impossible. Knowing your limits is one of the best ways to make money. Limits aren't a bad thing either. Every human has limits. Some are more athletic than others, some more artistic, some more social. It's best to look inward and try to make sure that your limits make sense and that you do your best to meet them to the best of your abilities. The best advice is to stick to your strengths. If you're athletic, start a workout class. If you're creative, start showing off your art. Don't try to do something beyond your reasonable limits, though. Now, it's not impossible to set a goal. Never let someone tell you you can't do something. Just don't waste your time trying to make a profit on something you're not naturally good at. If you want to become government rich, then make sure to subscribe for more insightful videos like this one. They'll help you grow as a person, and they're free. Number 5. Wanting less feels like getting more. This is often a line that people with less tell to people with big dreams. We hate to say it, but it's true. Wanting more in your life is not a bad thing, and it never will be. We only get one shot at this thing called life. And if you want to do all sorts of crazy things in your time on this planet, then you can. If you want to have a big house and a backyard full of dogs and plants, good for you. If you want that New York penthouse and millions of dollars, great. If you want millions of fans screaming your name as you jam out on stage, go for it. Wanting more makes millionaires. Yes, that doesn't mean you should take the little things for granted, but wanting more doesn't make you ungrateful. Make sure that you understand the difference between being ambitious and being ungrateful, and walk that line. Maintain humility, but want more. Number 6. What others think of you is not your business. Your reputation is absolutely your business. It's not smart to ignore it. Reputation makes or breaks deals, relationships, and more. Let's face it, as much as we want to believe that people will act like Disney movie characters and see past all that, they won't. They will take what they see at face value and what they've heard about you and pass judgment. If you're known as a loud and annoying person, then there will be a time when someone who is more introverted will avoid you. If you're known as a player and a heartbreaker, then people who are more guarded with their hearts probably won't trust you. It's a simple truth. Yes, gossip can occur, but if you spend your time with good people and slowly tend to your reputation and try to make it more like the person you are, or the person you want to be, there's a better chance that you'll suddenly associate yourself with people worth spending their time with. These people also might be conveniently good business partners or true friends who want to see you succeed. So, maintaining a good reputation will probably end up being beneficial in the end, especially for people who want to think about making connections in the future with those who make money and have influence. Number 7. Don't compare your life to others. Everyone's journey is different. This is another one that does hold some truth when taken the right way. Yes, everyone's journey is different, and some people have more privilege than others, better opportunities to get what they want quicker, but sometimes comparison and jealousy can be a good thing. In fact, jealousy can be a motivator. It can push someone to work faster and harder so that they can catch up to the person they're mentally competing against and make them better in the end. Competitiveness is in everyone, despite what they may say. Whether it's an athletic competition or a race to see who can paint the prettiest picture, it can add fuel to the fire. Comparison and jealousy make you want to work harder and help you make better progress in your goals, and if those are related to profit, then you'll be making a better profit on the side. It's a great idea to make sure that you take comparison in healthy ways, however. Don't let it affect your mental health in bad ways. Use it sparingly, only to get you motivated to be better when you're struggling to achieve your goals and dreams. Number 8. Overthinking will lead to sadness. Yes, this is true. But sometimes, it can also be a good thing. Overthinking about the future can lead you to begin to make plans and prepare for the kind of life you want. It can help you make better financial options, and sometimes, it's your mind's way of trying to tell you to think more about a certain topic. There's usually a reason why you can't shake something, and overthinking may be your mind's and heart's way of telling you to listen closer. Even when it comes to people, overthinking may lead to sadness. But the truth is rarely kind. Sometimes your brain may be trying to warn you about someone's stories not adding up, or whether or not someone is truly being a faithful friend or lover. Try to trust yourself and your brain. If you can't stop thinking about something, try to figure out why. Now, if you can't stop thinking of a TV show character and whether or not they'll die, it may be time to force yourself to go to sleep. And if you found this video useful, then you'll love these. And be sure to like this video to let the YouTube algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like this one.